Okay, so Queenie, you mentioned that you went into therapy, right? So can you share with us what happened?
I actually had a lot of traumas before when I was young. I didn't have a good childhood back then because first and foremost, I was abandoned by my biological father.
How old were you?
I was just a baby, so I was just left with my mom. But I had a stepdad when I was 6 years old.
6 years old, okay.
So until now, I haven't met my father. And I don't even know if he's still alive.
But this particular trauma, did it affect how you perceive relationships in general?
Yes, I think so because of that. First and foremost, the abandonment issue.
Okay.
So I was having a hard time to stick with my relationships until I did my therapy. And I also want to tell you this story na yun nga, I didn't have a great childhood because aside from my father leaving us, I was bullied in school for since...
You being bullied?
I was bullied really, really bad.
Why? Why were you
From
bullied?
grade school until high school. So I was suffering the whole time when I was in school. I don't want to go to school anymore. I hated school so much.
Bullied for what?
Because I look different, maybe.
What
Because I'm half Pakistani, half Filipina. So, and I'm very tall in my class. So, I was bullied both by girls and boys. At that time, I was physically abused, psychologically abused with my classmates.
Oh my God.
And of course, some of my teachers then, there was this one teacher back in grade 1 who was physically abusing me.
Physically abusing you? Like
in grade-
how?
He was strangling me in class.
Strangling? Oh my
In front
God.
of my classmates. And pinapahiya niya ako in front. So what I did back then, I told my mom that this teacher was doing something. But my mom didn't, believe me at that time. So it continued di lang sa teacher, even with my classmates until high school.
How old were you when that happened?
Maybe 9 years old. 9 or 10.
Okay. And then it continued.
It continued with my classmates kasi nga yung mga students in grade school until high school, it's all the same. So there were a group of girls, like the mean girls nga in school who kept on bullying me. So they were physically abusing me as well. There was one girl who was abusing me and some boys at that time. So they were calling me names. They were hurting me. Kinukurot nila ako or throwing books at me.
Oh my God.
Throwing paper. So, and I didn't have any friends. And even if I have a friend, nawawala na lang sila bigla because they don't want to be associated with me.
Parang you were outcasted.
Yeah. So when you watch mga movies there's this single outcast or single person na binubully, they don't want to be friends with her or him because they don't want to be associated kasi baka mabully din sila. So even if I have friends back then, they always leave me and they befriend another friend. So I was always alone in school. And aside from school, the most painful part in my life is my mom used to physically abuse me at home.
Oh my God, wala kang pahinga?
Yeah, so in school and when I go home, it's almost like every day.
Why? Why would she physically abuse you? Like, papagalitan ka ba for something? Like what?
She was hurting me back then, physically talaga. And
why do you think she's
psychological then? Everything degrading me, like I'm not enough.
Did you feel like at some point parang you questioned why you are here? Like, why are you even here if your parents really wanted you?
Actually, I asked her why was she doing that to me, and she said that because every time she look at me, I remind her of my dad nga, who left us.
Oh my God, okay.
So kaya every time she sees me, she's always irritated. So even the smallest thing, it really pisses her off. Ayun. So when I go to school, it's like that, and when I go home, so it's like that. So at that time, I attempted a lot of suicides na.
Sorry to hear
when
that.
I was young. But yun nga kasi I don't have any friends. So wala akong like any support system at all.
Grabe, you are so
Yeah.
strong kasi, you know,
I had-
a lot of people who experienced that already committed suicide, di ba? And then, during that experience, buti, like, kasi syempre, di ba, they were physically abusing you. They were bullying you because, you know, of your looks, di ba? Pero did that hinder you from joining, pursuing pageants? Parang, how did you took your power back?
Actually, at that time, kasi there was only one thing that helped me, like just be above water to survive, and that was having faith in God. So I was just praying and praying that, you know, if I'm gonna do this, if I'm gonna kill myself, then I will go to hell, and I don't want that.
Yes.
So that's the only reason that kept me alive. It's because of God.
Good. That's a good mindset. So now, how is your relationship with your mom?
Actually, my mom passed away last
Sorry to hear that.
2019 because of lung cancer, and
Sorry to
she
hear
was 55 years old. And because of all the traumas back in school and with her, everything that happened to me, and I also had this one relationship that physically abused me.
Oh my God.
So
Okay.
I had a lot of traumas that I haven't really healed, diba, in myself. Kaya I came to a point na I think I really need therapy.
Yes, pero prior to your mom passing away, were you able to, you know, be in good terms with her? Like, how was
Yun
your...
nga, I
Paano
was...
ba?
That's the regret that I didn't do. That I didn't fix it with her. When she died, it was like she was just gone. We didn't even talk, or we didn't fix our issues together. So it was really unfair that she just left without, you know,
Oh my God.
it was really like super heavy. Like I was mad at her for the things that she had done to me, and I was also mad at her because she didn't fix it. She didn't fix her relationship with me, and she didn't ask for forgiveness at least with everything. And then, so it was really hard for me to, you know, move forward in life because of all the trauma and regret of not fixing it with my mom. So
Every time that you think of that, but syempre you have that regret, right? So every time that you think of it, so how do you cope with it ba? Kasi syempre you have this guilt, the feelings of guilt, no? So how do you cope with it? Like every time that it passes your mind, like,
at first it was really hard for me because of the regret. First and foremost, I need to deal with the pain first. So what I did is I went to therapy because I really want to, you know, break the barrier now of I need to heal my past traumas with my classmates, my teachers, my mom, my biological dad, everything that happened to me. But with all those problems, when you put them all together, the root cause of it is my mom. Because she was the one who, you know, like raised me with, you know, helped me with everything when I was younger. But even though she put me in a good school, or I was in a comfortable home, it was, you know, it wasn't enough for me. So
okay, so
I went to therapy so I can really heal my traumas.
how are you now? Like after the therapy, are you still taking your therapy, or like let's say, in what percentage do you think you are healed already? Like, do you think you're already 100% healed, or?
In my case, kasi I don't think that anybody should stop going to therapy because we always have problems.
Yeah.
And whenever we're down, you know, we can go to therapy like anytime that we want. But for me, I believe with my experience with my mom, my issue with my mom, I think I've already healed because number one is not really trying to like just fix it and just forget about everything, but number one advice that I can give to everyone is, even if that person who did harm to you, even if that person did harm to you, like even if she made a lot of bad things in your life, the number one thing that you should do is to forgive that person, even though that person is not asking for forgiveness. It's like what Jesus did, diba? When he forgave all the people, even though they did those bad things to him.
Yeah.
So you need to forgive even if they're not asking for forgiveness, because it's not really for that person, it's really for you.
Yes.
So you can set yourself free.
So acceptance is key.
Ayun. So you need to forgive, then accept for what happened, and just be grateful and contented with what you have right now. Forgiveness is the key.
Yeah.
Forgiveness will set you free.
Yeah. Forgiveness will set you free.
Yes.
A quotable quote by Queenie. So, yan. So, mahirap din kasi may grudge ka, diba? So,
and it's really hard to forgive if that person is not asking for forgiveness.
Kasi if you carry that grudge for a long time, diba? Thank you so much, Queenie. So, there you have it. Thank you so much for gracing us in this episode. So, to everyone, I hope that you're inspired by this episode. So, if you have any other stories that you want to share with us, please do. You can write in the comments down below your story if you have a story to tell, or I will share my email below in the description. You can send me your story and what advice can you give to empower women. And for this episode of being with Queenie, so I also had a lot of like key takeaways from this particular episode, such as number one, you should also know what you want, right, Queenie? So you should also know what you want. You should also bet on yourself, and you should have that resilient mindset. So never give up on your goal. As long as you believe in yourself, you can make it. So that's all. Thank you for watching, guys and girls. Okay, thank you. Bye.